In this day and age, every creator, and maybe even everyone that just uses a computer, can benefit from having a USB microphone. These mics are super simple, just plug them into your computer, and they're a really easy way to step up your audio, whether that be in a video, a podcast, a live stream, or even just a video call. And in this modern microphone era, there are some amazing quality options at the sub $100 price point. And today I want to look at two of those quality budget USB microphones. The first is the FiFine Profile 3, which you're hearing right now, and the second is the FiFine Ampligame AM6. Now, as a company, FiFine has really defined itself in the industry as creating quality products at a great price. For the disclaimer, FiFine did provide both of these microphones, but I'm under no obligation to say anything in particular, and everything I say about these mics are my 100% honest opinions. Importantly, for this video, I am doing a giveaway, my first giveaway on this channel, of one of these two mics, so watch to the end to see how you can win. So the first mic we'll look at is the Profile 3. This has an MSRP of $80, and again, this is a mic you can just plug into any USB port on your computer and start using without any additional parts or any additional software. It comes with a fairly long USB-C to USB-A cable, but of course, if your computer only has USB-C inputs, you can switch it out for your own cable or just use an adapter. I'm recording this audio straight into GarageBand on my Mac, and what you're hearing is without any type of effects or processing. The first thing you notice about this mic is just how heavy and solid it is. It's pretty heavy, and because it's mostly made of metal. Now, it does come with a little stand, but realistically, you'd probably need to prop it up on some books or something to get it close enough to your mouth. But the stand does screw off, so you can put the Profile 3 on a boom arm. Just know you will need a reasonably solid boom arm because the Profile 3 is so heavy. The Profile 3 does have some physical buttons and dials to help with its usability. There's a microphone gain dial to adjust how loud your speaking volume is, and a monitor volume dial that works in connection with the 3.5mm headphone jack that allows for live monitoring. On the other side, which is technically the front, there's a monitor mix dial that decides how much of what you hear is the audio coming out from your computer and how much you hear is the input from your voice. And there's an LED mute button that you can press to toggle on and off. The bottom of the Profile 3 has a high-pass filter toggle. This is helpful to eliminate low frequencies like fans or air conditioners. I have it on now, and it's probably a good idea to use it most of the time unless you're in a sound-treated room and don't have to worry about any type of background rumblings. Now, this is probably a good time to point out that the Profile 3 is a condenser microphone, which in practical terms means that the sound is a bit more natural than a dynamic microphone on the other hand, but a trade-off is that condenser mics will typically pick up a bit more of the room noise. The Profile 3 does not come with any type of external pop filter. Now, I'm going to do a completely non-scientific test for plosives, which are the popping P sounds, so we can see what this sounds like. Peter Piper picked pruny pineapples. Peter Piper picked pruny pineapples. I tested this earlier, and I think it does a pretty good job, and one easy trick to help with plosives is to have the mic a bit off-center so your air is going a bit more across the mic instead of right down the barrel and into the capsule. Now, I'm sure you could find a foam pop filter that would fit over the Profile 3 if eliminating plosives was your #1 priority, but I do think that would probably look pretty silly if the mic is on camera. So all in all, for a simplified review of the Profile 3, I'll say super simple, sounds great, and great price. And here's the second microphone, the Ampligame AM6. This is also a condenser microphone and has an MSRP of $90. As the name suggests, this is really geared more for gamers than content creators. It actually does come with a boom arm in the box, which is this one, so you don't have to go out and get one separately. Now, unlike the Profile 3, the Ampligame is made of plastic and it feels much lighter. But like the Profile 3, it does also come with a fairly long USB-C to USB-A cable. And I'm still just running this mic into GarageBand with no effects or processing. In full disclosure, I'm not a gamer, so some functionality of the Ampligame is a bit beyond my needs. Now, like the Profile 3, the Ampligame does have some physical dials. One is for audio gain, and one is for the volume out of your computer. But unlike the Profile 3, the Amplegame's third dial is to mix the game level and the chat level. I have tested that game means the audio coming out from the computer, and I understand that chat is just for the chat feature in a video game. Importantly, for content creation purposes, chat does not mean live monitoring of the microphone in your headphones like you can do with the Profile 3. The Ampligame does have two other important buttons. The first activates noise cancellation. I'll press that now. And you can hear that while it does reduce background noise, it also has a meaningful effect on what my voice sounds like that I don't really like. And the other button is an RGB toggle button. There are like 12 or so different RGB color settings you can toggle through by pressing the button. And if you hold the button for about 3 seconds, the RGB feature just goes off completely. And although there's no physical mute button on the Ampligame, the top is actually touch sensitive, and pressing or tapping the top toggles mute on and off, which you can tell by the LED indicator being red or green. You've certainly also noticed that the Ampligame has this clip-on windscreen, which is something the Profile 3 does not have. And let's do a little test here to see if it makes a difference with plosives. Peter Piper picked pruny pineapples. Peter Piper picked pruny pineapples. We'll take it off. Peter Piper picked pruny pineapples. Peter Piper picked pruny pineapples. Now, I tested this a bit earlier, and I do think that this little pop filter makes a meaningful difference. Between these two microphones, my personal preference is the Profile 3. I really like being able to live monitor what I'm saying. I like that it feels so solid, and I just like the overall design better. Now that said, we heard that the Ampligame sounds really good. It has the RGB lights if that's something you like, and it's more gaming centered if that's what you do. The bigger takeaway here is that the world of budget USB microphones has gotten really interesting, and we can all get high quality sound at a really reasonable price. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I'm doing my first giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment, "I'll take one," down below. And of the first 10 comments of "I'll take one," I'll use a random number generator to pick one. I'll reach out and you can tell me if you want the Profile 3 or the Ampligame, and it's all yours. Be sure to let me know down below if you have any thoughts or questions on the Profile 3 or the Ampligame, and you can click here for more videos to help on your content creation journey.